Okay, apparently I'm live already.
Oh, hey. Oh, let's see here.
Let me just check to see if it's up.
Oh, let me see.
It says upcoming.
Oh,
Yep, it's up.
upcoming.
Oh my god, I'm gonna
Hey.
immediately get this video copyright strike because I had music playing. Alright, you good if I call you back when I'm done the stream?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And like you can just comment on the stream and stuff or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, sounds good. Okay, I will call you back. Alright, hello everybody. In this case, I think just Chris. This is my triumphant return to YouTube. Not really. I kind of just every year I watch the Game Awards. I stream it, whatever. So I thought I would do what I've done the last couple of years and do a voting video where I basically go over the categories and just vote in them. So that's what I'm doing. And then when the show actually happens in December on the 7th or 8th, I will be doing what I've done the last couple of years and live streaming with my friends as we all react to it. Hopefully we can get the audio working this year because there's always issues with it being either too loud or too quiet. So, but yeah, here I am. I guess little update. I got glasses. That's new since the last time I've been on this channel. I got them a couple of weeks ago because of my distance. I just cannot see stuff far away from me very well at all. That being said, let's go through these categories and start voting. We'll get the lame ones, these ones out of the way first, because nobody cares about the esports categories. All right, esports event. Oh, I'm just gonna click random ones. Let's go. Keep going. That's right. It's kind of annoying the way they have this set up. They make you like. Okay, don't look, Chris. Close your eyes. It's gonna spoil what the. Oh, never mind. Okay. Can I work backwards? Like, how does this work? Okay, I can go previous. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that. All right, esports coach, Christine Potter, Danny Zonic, Jordan Gunba. I'm going for Danny. I just don't care. Esports team. Again. Don't know who any of these people are. Don't care. Vote for whoever you are. Just gonna pull up YouTube on my phone so I can check comments as I'm doing this. New timeout links. I don't even know what that just said. I think it's saying that YouTube times that live streams can't go longer than 24 hours. Esports game. Okay. Again. PUBG, like, why PUBG Mobile? Why not PUBG? Gladiators went absolutely hard. Oh, Counter-Strike 2. Oh, I forgot there was even a Counter-Strike 2. Okay. Content Creator of the Year. I know legitimately nothing of... Like, I know legitimately none of you. Okay, here we go. Okay, anticipated game. This list sucks. This is, like, the worst anticipated games list I think I've ever seen at the Game Awards, and I think it's because there's not really like too many games coming out in the future that are like confirmed for next year. Like, you know, Wolverine I would have expected like, oh, but again, not a confirmed release date or anything for that. So for this one, I mean, I don't really care about like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I won't play just because I just don't care about Final Fantasy. I know my friend Aiden will play that, and that'll be big for him. Hades 2. I mean, that's kind of cool that that's coming out. Probably not gonna play it. Like a Dragon. Don't care. Star Wars. I'll just vote Star Wars because it's the only thing here that I'll probably actually end up playing. So even though I again have absolutely like even then like I'm not even really looking forward to that game or have been following it much. That's true about Yakuza, or not Wolverine. About Hades. Hades probably will be pretty fire. I don't actually need my glasses on right now. I just kind of thought about that. Best adaptation. This is an interesting one because these are, this was a new category from last year. So, anyways, we got Castlevania Nocturne. Haven't watched that. Don't know what it is. Gran Turismo. I've seen. Last of Us. I watched obviously. Super Mario Bros. Movie I saw, and then Twisted Metal. I'm gonna vote for Last of Us. I think it's really the only like, to be honest, it's a shoe-in win. Like, this is gonna win. Also, with the most anticipated games category, I'm doing a shitty job with this live stream already. I kind of forgot what the kind of stuff I was gonna say. I'm supposed to say what I think is gonna win. I think Final Fantasy will win this category. That's what will win. I don't think this or this have a chance. I feel like it's between these two, and I feel like Final Fantasy takes it. This one, Last of Us, is gonna win by default. Like, it kind of has to, because it's the only one here that actually has like great reviews besides this, maybe, but I haven't really heard anything about that. FNAF all the way, not nominated, but that's a good point. FNAF will probably, no, I guess FNAF just wasn't nominated because it won't be on next year's list, considering it did come out like, in like mid-October or whatever, or like late October, but I think that still met the cutoff date. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, anyways, Last of Us, easily. I like Gran Turismo, though. I actually thought it was solid. But yeah, Last of Us. Okay, best multiplayer. We got Baldur's Gate 3, Diablo 4, Party Animals, Street Fighter 6, and Mario Bros. Wonder. I have only played Mario out of these. I own Diablo 4, I just have never played it. My guess is that it's going to be Baldur's Gate 3, probably. I'm not too sure how the multiplayer works in any of these games besides Mario, though. But yeah, I would probably guess it's going to be Baldur's Gate. I'll vote Mario. It's the only one that I've really played, so. And this list isn't an unbiased list. This is a very biased list, obviously, or my video. Best sport/racing game. We have esports, F1 23, Forza Motorsport, Hot Wheels 2, Crew Motorsport. I'm going to go with Forza Motorsport. Not really anything. Hasn't Party Animals been out for a while? No, it looks like it came out like a month ago. I think I've like seen clips of that game or something. But yeah, I'm gonna guess Baldur's Gate. And then for sports, I'm gonna guess Forza as well. Okay, best sim/strategy, do not care, but I'm gonna say Pikmin 4. But yeah, none of those I've played. None of them interest me. But I'm gonna guess Pikmin 4 because I know a lot of people were really happy about Pikmin. Best family game, Mario Bros. Wonder wins by default. It's the only one of those games. Is it nominated for best multiplayer? Would it be the automatic winner of best fighting game? Not necessarily. That's my guess, is that Street Fighter 6 wins fighting over Mortal Kombat. It also, it could also just be that I haven't played it personally, but I wouldn't be surprised if, the multiplayer integration is handled better than it is in Mortal Kombat, let's say. Because Mortal Kombat has all the loot box shit. I don't know, I'm sure Street Fighter does probably as well. I'm not too sure, to be honest, but my guess is that Street Fighter will win fighting game. But yeah, speaking of, okay, we got God of Rock, Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon, Pocket, Bravery, and Street Fighter 6. Okay, now, here's the thing. Despite the fact that I think Street Fighter 6 is going to win, I'm voting Mortal Kombat 1. It's the only one that I actually played. I'm not a big fighting game person, to be honest with you. I just never really cared for them. But I did get MK1 this year. I played the campaign. I had fun. Probably not going to touch it again until there's any DLC characters. I just don't really care about fighting games much. But that's my vote because it's the only one I played. That being said, I think Street Fighter 6 is going to win. I feel like it just overall was maybe reviewed a little bit better than Mortal Kombat was. Best RPG role-playing game. So this is the we got Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy, Lies of P, Sea of Stars, and Starfield. Baldur's Gate 3 is gonna win this. I think pretty easily. Starfield is the only one here that I've actually played or played part of. What's your Vegas? I can't support the microtransaction. Yeah, okay, fair enough. So does Street Fighter not have microtransactions then? Progression including massively multiplayer modes. Again, this category doesn't really mean much to me this year, but I'll vote Starfield because it's, again, the only one that I've played, and But yeah, I think it'll be okay. Action adventure. Okay, this one's gonna be more interesting. For the best action adventure game, combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. So the way I look at this category is, it's like, I mean, I have a favorite game on this list, but you know, you gotta, like, okay, for the best action slash adventure game, combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. So it's like, if you're talking about all of those elements being combined, you know, you got Alan Wake 2, which I have not beaten. I've played probably about 5 or so hours. I think it's awesome so far. Like, I actually think it's a really, really cool game. The action in it, I haven't really done a ton of combat. But I think the action, or the combat or whatever, is good. Puzzles and stuff are pretty cool in that game. Spider-Man, great combat, great traversal. I love the traversal. Puzzle solving, though, not really a thing in that game. Resident Evil 4. I'm just gonna skip to the point. I actually, like, kind of, to me, just based on the description of the category, I actually think Jedi Survivor is I'm voting Zelda. I don't know why that took me a second to, like, think about that. Yes, I was gonna say the Tears of the Kingdom with the shrines. It took me like 2 seconds to kind of think about that, and then I was like, no, wait, Zelda has literally the best puzzles out of all these games. Yeah, so I'm gonna vote Zelda on that one, even though, you know, like, my favorite game on this list is probably Spider-Man. I feel like Zelda kind of deserves that category, so. My ranking for those ones, I would say Zelda would be the best, then Survivor, then Spider-Man, then Alan Wake, then Resident Evil. To me, like, Resident Evil, I love the combat and everything, and the puzzle solving's decent, but traversal, not really. Okay, best action game. My guess is gonna be either Armored Core, because it's from Software, or Hi-Fi Rush, because I've heard a lot of things about Hi-Fi Rush. I'll actually vote for it just because of that. Again, I literally haven't played any of these games, so. Best VR/AR. Now this I can actually talk about because 3 of these I've actually played, which is an extremely rare thing. We've got Gran Turismo 7 VR, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Humanity, Resident Evil Village VR, and Synapse. Okay, Gran Turismo's VR mode is really great. Like, it's really fun, you know, just getting to be, like, in the actual driver's seat of that car. It's really good. Like, that's the way to play the game, in my opinion. If you have that, plus you can also get the steering wheel set up. I don't have it personally, but I feel like that would be the best way to play it. So that's pretty sick. But it is just, like, at the end of the day, it is VR, and you're sitting in a car. Like, I feel like, well, it's great. I feel like, you know, Horizon and Resident Evil Village, to me, because they're the only other 2 ones I've played, they actually, you know, they have more to them, obviously. And that being said, Resident Evil Village is my vote. Best VR game I've ever played. Best game in VR I've ever played. Because I already loved the game, and then the VR mode is just, it's sick. Like, so much better than the way that Resident Evil 7's VR mode was done. Because in that one, you know, you just held a regular PS4 controller, and you would kind of move it around, and that's how you aimed and stuff. Or actually, no, I think you aimed with your head. I don't remember, but point is that, like, you were only ever just still pressing triggers and stuff. Whereas in Resident Evil 8, they actually let you use the controllers to, like, pretend you're aiming. You, like, do that. You'll, like, put bullets in it. So it's just way more in-depth and involved, and I think it's awesome. So that is my pick easily. I had so much fun playing that in VR. The game itself, for me, is about an 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10 game, but the VR experience is a 10. Okay, best mobile game. We got Final Fantasy... Okay, I don't care. I'm gonna go for Hello Kitty, just because why not? And I don't have a prediction for that either. Maybe Final Fantasy. I don't know. Debut indie game again. It's not a category I know any of these games. See if Judge wins. Okay, community support. You know what? Cyberpunk. I'm gonna go with Cyberpunk right off the bat because, you know, they made a DLC, which, again, I have not played, but I've heard it's really good. They fixed, like, they genuinely went in and actually, like, redid some of the game stuff. So it's a better game now. Like, the campaign and everything, they genuinely improved mechanics and everything and, like, rehauled the game, kind of. So, to me, I think that's the most deserving, especially because it's a game that had such a horrible launch and kind of like ruined their company, and they've stuck with it, and they've improved the game, and they've really shown that they you know, have what it takes or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, that one, I think that's actually, in this case, the best pick. Outstanding development. I'm playing over time. Same thing, I'm going to vote for Cyberpunk again. I feel like it's very deserving in this case. I know Fortnite, I know a lot of people are like super in love with right now, that the fact that you know, it has the OG Fortnite content back and stuff, which is great. It's not really new content though. It's the original stuff. So that being said, yeah. Anyways, I'm still going with Cyberpunk for ongoing. I feel like again they've just really improved it. Games for impact. This is another category that I never really do anything with. I remember when this game had ads and I thought it looked really cringeworthy. I saw ads for this and it looked cute, so I'm gonna vote for that one. Again, just don't really care. Okay, innovation and accessibility. I didn't even pay attention to these games' accessibility options. Recognize the software and hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. Oh yeah, no, Fortnite's been blowing up because yeah, it's just basically the old Fortnite content. It's just everything, like old map and everything. I'm gonna vote Spider-Man because it's my favorite game on this list, and yeah, I haven't actually looked at any of the games, what they did. Okay, best performance. Actually a pretty solid category this year. We got Ben Starr for Final Fantasy, Cameron Monaghan for Jedi Survivor, which is great, Idris Elba for Cyberpunk, Melanie Liburd for Alan Wake 2, Neil Newbon for Baldur's Gate 3, and Yuri Lowenthal for Spider-Man 2. Yeah, actually like a really good list this year. I don't know which one. Like, I haven't really seen anything from Idris Elba. I thought Cameron Monaghan was great, but my vote is Yuri Lowenthal, first of all, like easily. I think he'll probably win. I don't know. I really don't have any guess for that, but I think he did a great job in the game, and I feel like he deserves it. Best audio design. Alan Wake 2, Dead Space, Hi-Fi Rush, Spider-Man, and Resident Evil. Hi-Fi Rush is the one I haven't played. Alan Wake 2's audio, it is really good. I haven't, like... I mean, I'm gonna go with Spider-Man because, like, I did play it when I had my Atmos up and everything, and, like, the bass on it and everything, it sounds so great. You know, the webs are above your head and everything. I don't think Spider-Man's gonna win that category, to be honest. I think it'll probably be, like, Alan Wake, maybe, or Dead Space or something. I don't really know. But I don't think Spider-Man's gonna win that. That's just gonna be my vote, but I don't think it'll win it. Best score in music. So one game that I thought personally was kind of snubbed from this category is why am I forgetting what it's called? Starfield. I thought Starfield was kind of snubbed here. I thought Starfield had a great score. Like it's the London Symphony Orchestra. They're the ones composing it. And yeah, it was kind of it's a really good theme. So I'm kind of surprised that wasn't on here. And then like these other games. Alan Wake 2, I don't really know, to be honest with you. I mean, the Final Fantasy games always have kick-ass music, so I feel like that's probably going to be a good chance at getting it. And then, like, Tears of the Kingdom has great music, obviously. I don't know, I'm gonna vote for Final Fantasy. You know, because Final Fantasy always has really good music. I don't even know what the music's like in that game, but they tend to have great music, so I feel like that's kind of just the easy vote for now for me. Okay, art direction. For outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. So Alan Wake 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Okay, to me, Zelda, it looks the same as the first game for the most part. Like, obviously, there's some different things, but for the most part, it's the same visual style. Mario, it presents itself as like a standard Mario side scroller, but as you get into the game more, it starts to open up more, and you get this really wacky, awesome visuals and stuff with like the little wonder seeds that you find. So there's some great, like there was this one level where I was playing like as like a silhouette Mario that like could be really tall or really short. It gets really fun and quirky, and I just enjoy that. Lies of P haven't really seen much of. Hi-Fi Rush, obviously, very artsy looking game, and then Alan Wake 2, I think just does a really good job at combining all of these weird different things like actual live action and all that. So I'm gonna go for Alan Wake 2 actually, because I think graphically it looks great. Like the game looks very detailed, and I'm sure the PC version of it. I'm playing it on PlayStation despite owning a PC that's like able to run the game quite well. I bought it on PlayStation, but yeah, I feel like for me it checks off both boxes because it's a game that looks, like realistic, like the graphics are very realistic, but at the same time it also has that really cool art direction. It's not just one or the other. So that's why I think it deserves it. It's kind of like when Ghost of Tsushima won back in 2020. I think Last of Us had the best graphics that year, but they do talk about artistic design and everything, and Ghost looked pretty real, but it also had just all the gorgeous colors and flowers. So that's almost like, like, should there be a best graphics category? Maybe not. I think art direction makes more sense because it's a bit more fair maybe, but I don't know. Yeah, my vote, though, is for Alan Wake 2. And that's what I think will probably win, maybe. That's a little bit harder to say, but I'm going to say maybe that's what wins. Because Control did win a couple of years ago, and that's also by Remedy. Alright, narrative. So we got Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy, and Spider-Man 2. I actually heard some people complain about some of the story stuff in Final Fantasy towards like the end. Okay, Alan Wake 2's narrative is super just wacky and confusing and out there and weird. Baldur's Gate, I'm not too sure about what the exact story is about, but I know it is, like D&D essentially. Same thing with Phantom Liberty. I haven't played that. I'll have to play that. And then Spider-Man 2, like, I love the game. I think it's great. It's the game I enjoy the most this year. I don't think the story is as good as the first one. I think the story is the game's, I wouldn't say downfall, but like I think it has some plot issues. I think there's some parts that are just too rushed. Like you don't get to be symbiote Spider-Man for long enough. You're him for like, I don't know, maybe like 7 or 8 story missions. I don't know the exact number, but I just feel like it kind of rushes through certain things. And it's just not as strong of a story as the first. I think the first plot was like a lot smarter and more interesting. In the second game, it's just, okay, Venom wants to cover the Earth in symbiote. It's just not as good in my opinion. So I'm actually going to go Alan Wake 2 here. I think it has the weirdest and wackiest narrative, and it's just so... And I'm not even done the game, so I don't even know what else happens. But so far, to me, it's been the most just, like, trying to figure out and understand what's going on. I think it's really cool. So I'm going Alan Wake. And it's actually going to be my guess as well. I actually think Alan Wake... I think it's going to be either Alan Wake or Baldur's Gate. I don't think it's these two. I don't think it's going to be this. I think it's between these two, and I think it's going to be Alan Wake. Okay, we're down to the last two categories here. Game Direction, awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Got 5 nominees: Alan Wake, Baldur's Gate, Spider-Man, Mario, and Zelda. Also, going back to Best RPG, I also feel like Hogwarts was kind of snubbed. Hogwarts has 0 nominations this year, by the way. That's what I was kind of going to say, Chris. I can reveal what the Game of the Year is as well. Starfield and Hogwarts didn't make it in. I didn't think Hogwarts was going to. Starfield I was a little bit surprised by. I was more so surprised that Starfield only got 1 nomination out of the entire thing. But yeah, that's your Game of the Year list this year. Alan Wake, Baldur's Gate, Spider-Man, Resident Evil, Mario, and Zelda. So, actually a great, final 6 in my opinion. The only one that I haven't played is Baldur's Gate. I haven't beaten Alan Wake, Mario, or Zelda, but, I I'll definitely beat this before the Game Awards. I'll definitely beat that. Probably not going to beat that. Maybe I'll get this game and try it out. I don't know. Excuse me. Anyways, game direction. Outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Again, that's the thing, is that to me, if we're talking creative, like innovation, like Spider-Man, again, it's the game that I am having the most fun with this year and everything. And I've just, it was the one I was most excited for and whatnot. That being said, if you're talking like innovation, I don't really think it does enough over the first game to like say, yeah, it really innovates things. It improves on everything that the first game had, in my opinion, but I wouldn't say that, it's necessarily innovating or like doing, like, I don't know how to put it, but it's like I want to vote for it because it's my favorite or the one I have the most fun with, but I don't think it deserves it necessarily. I'm going to go Alan Wake 2 because I feel like, yeah, the way the game is told, the way that you play it and everything, it's so unique and so just interesting. So that's why I'm voting Alan Wake 2 on that one. It could be Baldur's Gate 3. Probably will be, to be honest. I don't think it'll be Mario Bros, even though I really like what it does differently from Mario. I don't think it'll be that. And Zelda. It could be Zelda, but again, a lot of it's very similar to the first game. They obviously do add some really cool new tools and abilities and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna just say Alan Wake 2 because I think in terms of kind of the things I discussed, to me it stands out a lot in that regard. But I think all of these are actually great picks. Like, I think all of these are genuinely really good picks. All right, and then finally we have Game of the Year, recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best across all creative and technical fields. Alan Wake, Baldur's Gate, Spider-Man, Resident Evil, Mario, and Zelda. Okay, so my vote's for Spider-Man. That's my personal favorite game. By the time I beat Alan Wake 2, like, it could be Alan Wake 2. Because I'll be honest, I actually, even between these two, I'm a little undecided. I don't remember what I have on my phone, but I might even actually have Resident Evil 4 above Spider-Man on my phone. I had less issues with Resident Evil 4, but I'm such a big Spider-Man fan, like, it's like I'm comparing, like, a 8.5, maybe 9 out of 10 to, like, a 9, maybe 9.5. Like, they're very close for me, so it's kind of tough. So, yeah, my pick is Spider-Man. I think Baldur's Gate's winning this year. It's between Baldur's Gate and Zelda. I just don't think Zelda's taking it this year. I feel like the game is obviously great and got incredible reviews and everything, but I haven't really heard that much discussion about Zelda in the last couple of months. Like, I feel like it came out, it was great, and then I feel like I don't know if I want to say people kind of just moved on from it fast, but it kind of felt like the discussion around it really didn't last long. Whereas Baldur's Gate 3 has been out, I don't know when it released, but people are still talking about it. It's still a hot game. Also, like, if Zelda wins, it's just kind of like, to me, it'll just be kind of like, okay. Like, it just kind of feels like the obvious safe pick or whatever. And I know that, like, right now, Baldur's Gate's probably the obvious pick, but Baldur's Gate, I think that would be a more interesting win, is my point. Like, if Zelda wins, it's kind of just like, I don't know. It's kind of just obvious at that point, right? Like, going into this year, I was like, I almost felt guaranteed that Zelda was going to win no matter what. And now, here we are, and it could be, and it's probably going to be Baldur's Gate 3. Could even be Alan Wake 2. That game has been talked about a lot recently. I don't think it'll be Alan Wake. I think Alan Wake will get, like, the narrative stuff and maybe game direction. Some of those kind of things, art direction and stuff. Baldur's Gate, I'm thinking, is taking home Game of the Year. But yeah, that's my my picks for the Game Awards this year. I think it's a pretty solid lineup. I mean, I wish Starfield was on this list, and not even because I think it deserves to be. It's just because I think it has a great theme, and the orchestra is my favorite part of the awards every year, just when they play all the games' main themes back to back, and they kind of transition between them. I was really hoping to hear Starfield up there, because I think it has a really great score, and that would have sounded awesome, but didn't happen. But there you have it. So I'm gonna just go over all the categories again really quick. What a weak list. Like, what a weak list. Genuinely, like, none of these appeal to me. I mean, I'll play Star Wars, obviously. But, so I shouldn't say it doesn't appeal, but I'm just like, it's just that's your most anticipated list. Like, Wolverine, I guess that's not really confirmed to have a release date or anything. Where is Kong? I know, bro. It should be under the graphics or the best art direction, because that game looks incredible. But yeah, going over the categories again real quick. Okay, adaptation. Last of Us. It's the shoe-in win. I don't see anything else winning. It was the most talked about by far. Next year's gonna be mid as fuck compared to this year. It will be. It will be. Like, next year, I just don't even really know what's supposed to be coming out. I mean, like, obviously Mario was the most popular out of all these, but I don't. If it wins, that would be just based purely on popularity, not based on. Yeah, GTA 6 being the most anticipated, exactly. The thing with the most anticipated is I think they've kind of changed the category, because I think now you actually have to have a. Well, also, GTA hasn't been officially announced. I mean, it has been, but also, like, I think the official announcement maybe came in after the thing. I don't know. No, I think Halo was nominated last year, Jack. I think that show is 2 years old almost. But yeah, Last of Us. Multiplayer, again, this category I was a little lost on, because it's just not what I'm used to seeing. I went with Mario because, I mean, it'll probably be Baldur's Gate. Again, this is my vote. This isn't what I think's gonna win. I think Mario should win. I don't really care. I think Baldur's Gate will probably win. I don't really know how multiplayer is in it. Sports/racing is lame as hell this year. Forza is the only one that. Yeah, they don't even have a cover image exactly. Best sim/strategy, Pikmin Forge, because it's the only one that I've heard about. Family game, this is a shoe-in win, like I said. So good at this. Fighting. Okay, my vote was for MK1. I think Street Fighter 6 wins. RPG. I voted Starfield. Baldur's Gate is winning. Action adventure. I voted Zelda. Because I think, actually reading the category description, again, I think Zelda probably deserves this the most. Like, I think Zelda has... Out of these, Zelda has the best puzzles by an insane amount. Traversal, I mean, I probably enjoy Spider-Man's traversal the most. And then combat... I don't know. To me, like I said, I think my ranking for this would be, like, Zelda, Star Wars, Alan Wake, Spider-Man, Resident Evil 4, if you're talking exactly about what they say. Action game. I went with Hi-Fi Rush because I've just heard a lot about it, so I kind of feel like that's the win. VR game. Resident Evil 8 was just insane, so I feel like that's fair. Mobile, don't care. Debut indie, also don't know any of those games, really. Same thing again. Community support, I felt like Cyberpunk is definitely the most deserving, and same with ongoing. Impact. Jack, should I change my vote to... You know what? I'm going to. That's it. I voted for Goodbye Volcano High. Again, I don't even pay attention to, like, what the innovation is in any of these games. Best performance. Yeah, this one, I'm happy to see Cameron Monaghan up there. I think that's pretty good. I don't really... Well, great. Now I have to put this shirt in the wash. I don't think he's going to win. But it's good to see him up there. Yeah. Yeah, the only thing that Starfield got nominated for was RPG. Yeah, I totally just got that, like, all over my shirt. Yeah, RPG is the only thing that Starfield got in for, which surprised me. I thought it would have at least gotten score as well, and I think it should have been nominated for score. Audio design, again, this one, I wasn't really too sure, but I went with Spider-Man for it. Alan Wake's is pretty great as well, though, so that's kind of flip-floppy for me. Score and music, I went with Final Fantasy because it's Final Fantasy, and usually they have, like, the best music. Art direction, I went with Alan Wake. Narrative, I went with Alan Wake. Again, I haven't even beaten the game yet. I'm like 5 hours in. To me, it's the most interesting, and I don't think Spider-Man's narrative was as good as the first games, so. Game direction, again, I went with this because I feel like, again, outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. I feel like, do you think if Hogwarts released more recently that it would have been nominated at least? Honestly, probably. I think if Hogwarts came out, like in September, let's say, I feel like it probably would have snuck into a couple, like, you know, something like RPG, I feel like it would have snuck into. Like, I'm shocked that it wasn't nominated for anything. I didn't think it was going to get a Game of the Year nom, but the fact that it didn't even get anything really surprised me. I'll be right back. I have to put something in the dryer. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, you know, like I said, I think Spider-Man's probably gonna take home, or not take home Game of the Year. It's my personal pick, but I think at this point it's gonna be Baldur's Gate. I feel like just based on everything that's been said, but overall, I mean, it's a really solid. There's a chance Spidey walks home empty-handed. There is, but I think if it's gonna win anything, and I think what it probably will win is gonna be performance, wherever that was. Yeah, looking at this list, I feel like it's probably gonna be Spider-Man. It could be somebody up. It could be Melanie wins. It could be. Yeah, it'd be interesting if it goes home empty-handed. I wouldn't even really be annoyed, to be honest. The first game went home empty-handed. And yeah. But there you have. That's my votes for the award show. It's going to be in 24 days, so in just over 3 weeks. I'll be watching it and everything. Streaming it as always. I'll be there. Jack will maybe be there. I don't know. I've heard so many talk about Neil. Neil, what was... I don't even know who Neil was. Oh, Baldur's Gate. It could be. I don't know. I'm hoping it's Yuri, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna end the stream here. I'm kind of just blabbering at this point, but thank you all for joining. I'm not going to be uploading again anytime soon on this channel. Like I said, I'll be streaming the awards show when it happens, but I'm still kind of in my like YouTube limbo right now where I just don't really want to work on YouTube stuff. I've got a new job. I got classes, like I said. Not that that affects YouTube. Anyways, yeah, thank you.